for Mr. John Hessel.
Thank you. I'll tell you, I've realized that we've come to the end of the summer, and I was remembering about 2 weeks ago, me and all my friends, we were at the beach, and we were having a good time, and all the kids came out, and we're running, and we're like, let's play in the hot tub. And I was like, hell no. Because if you look at it and you realize that a hot tub is just like bowling shoes. Just a lot of people have had sex in them. You don't want that. Originally, my family, we're from upstate New York. We moved down south when I was real young. And my mom was getting together with the other moms, and she learned about the switch. Y'all know about this? Apparently, when you screw up as a child, your mother sends you out to get a switch to wear you out. So when we got to use the switch, I brought the appropriate length, I thought, because if I come back with something small, I was going to get killed. And I don't think she was trying to really hurt me, but she had that Indiana Jones whip action, and it was coming around and hitting me in the goods. So she wasn't really hurting me, but she was really lighting me up. And in our neighborhood, we had some of those mean kids, like, my dad will kick your dad's ass. My dad was a preacher. My dad was going to send your dad to hell. That's the only comeback I really had. Do we have any NASCAR fans in here? I love racing. I will spend about 10 days, twice a year at Talladega, and I will party my ass up. But I have a complaint. The people that are so willing to show their tatas are really the ones that I least want to see. If you are pulling your shirt up and get to here and I can see a nipple, stop. Alright? Hey, I've heard it, ain't no bad boob out there, man. You have not seen the hooter hell I've gone through. Granny's gone wild, ain't selling people. Have y'all got any sports and hobbies you really love? I love skydiving. Now, I understand it's a dangerous sport, but out of about 4 million jumps a year, maybe 29 people have some problems. So when it gets to 25, I will slow down for a while. I do have one friend, however, who gives me advice. And we call him the one-night stand king because, well, by God, he is. His advice to me is, dude, you are trusting your entire life to nylon. Nylon! You do have a good point. But dude, every night, latex. And if my nylon has a problem, I got a reserve. My first skydive, I got a DVD. I said, I'm going to cherish and remember this thing forever. So I go to Alabama Skydive. The little girl comes running up in my face and says, John, who's your instructor, the man about to save your life? I looked at that camera and I forgot. And that should have been a real important part to remember who that guy is. And looking back on it today, I should have been more concerned about the saving my life part. Because I like to do this. I love to skydive. So we got out there. We're doing this Fear Factor walk, going to the plane, and I love to fly. And what we did was a tandem jump. Now, a tandem jump is where you're strapped to someone or they're strapped to you, whatever really sounds more manly. And, the whole thing, when I was getting up there, I was more afraid. When you jump out of the plane, you've got to do this big lurch thing. I was afraid of knocking this guy out when we did this, because I would be a really good passenger, but I'd probably be a real crappy pilot at this point. So we're in the plane, and he's like, I promise, dude, you're going to be fine. Don't panic, everything will be good. He said, just try it. So I'm sitting there doing this, and everybody who's getting ready to jump that's at the door just has that look like, oh, they're letting those special kids jump. So we're headed to the door to jump, and when I say I'm headed to the door, I am wearing this man like a backpack. We get to the door, we are 14,500 feet in the air. And I look down, and ain't nothing looks right. I don't see trees, you don't see cars, there's some clouds, and I think a plane flew right underneath us. And it's a good thing you're strapped to this guy, because at that point, when you're like, man, we're going to have some fun, you're thinking, I really don't want to do this. And he will say, lean back, are you ready to skydive? And I got about, and we were out of the plane. Now we're doing it, we're floating down, and I have shown my video probably to over 100 people. And the big comment is, man, that's awesome, that's wonderful. No, they're more concerned at the fact my jaws are doing this the whole way down. So if you skydive, you better take some shit back, get a tuck, because you will look like a basset hound going down the highway as you jump. I appreciate y'all's time. I'm John from Alabama.